Well, have you checked for yourself to what extent you have understood everything what your counterpart means? Keyword: question graying cats. Rolf gave you impulses for this in the last podcast. Not only our different interpretations can lead to the fact that we evaluate in a discussion hastily and are led thereby into the error. Rather, what is decisive is what and how we process through our sensory channels. And thus, welcome to the Emotional Connectivity Podcast of Talent Management Academy. Do you actually know VAKOG? That is the abbreviation for our so-called representational systems, consisting of visual, seeing, auditory, hearing, kinesthetic, feeling, olfactory, smelling, and gustatory, tasting. Every human being is equipped with these sensory channels. The amazing thing is that we process sensory impressions highly individually and represent them in our brain. For example, you can perceive only about 7 different things at the same time with your outwardly directed attention. Or something escapes your attention because you prefer a certain sensory channel. Freely along the lines of, the person you were talking to had such great eyes and a tiny dimple in his cheek area, but what did he say again? Just as well, you can turn your attention inward and activate your body awareness. Which part of your body do you notice the most? How exactly do you feel? How do you feel your balance? More tilted to one side or forward or backward? How does your inner voice sound when you talk to yourself? Find out which is your favorite sensory channel. And then, in a second step, develop the ones you use less often. How do you do that? It's simple. Go for a walk and take it upon yourself to prick up your ears, for example, if you have found out that your preferred sensory channel is the visual one. Or listen to something, music, an audiobook, and pay attention to what feelings are triggered in you and where you locate them. VAKOG also shows up through language. Here are a few examples. I see what you mean. That sounds familiar. I don't want to come into contact with that. There's something fishy about this situation. She had to swallow a bitter pill there. Well, did you notice the sensory clues? Here is also an invitation for the coming week to pay attention to the language in your environment. Conclusion: small abbreviation, VAKOG, big effect. You can clean your sensory channels by consciously directing your attention, both outwardly and inwardly. You can play with sensory language and observe and listen to what you do with it. Just try it out and have fun.